Hello, this is day 8 of these COVID video recordings, and today I would like to share with you some initiatives that I have seen on social media regarding the profession of freelance interpreters and translators. We pay most of us pay a flat tax rate, which enables us to have social security and then full coverage. This is a simplified tax form for sole proprietors, so to say, like loan interpreters and loan translators who would be taking on assignments, but they do not operate a business as such, like an LSP or a language service provider, like not employing anyone else apart from themselves. And the talk on social media is that while hairdressers, beauticians, waiters, and all sorts of other professionals have had their obligation to pay this contribution waived, the interpreting world did not receive such an, let's say, break or help. Knowing that all of our job was cancelled for March and April, and we do not see anything happening in the conference organizing field for long time to come, this would be a viable solution. So we do recommend people to visit the Hungarian Chamber of Industry and Commerce's website, and I will have posted this YouTube video on my Facebook page, Chain Bridge Translations, and if you visit there you will also see the other website where you can air your discontentment. Of course, it's for Hungarian business people only. I also want to talk to you about interest representation. We have two professional organizations, the Hungarian Association of Translators and Interpreters, or maybe Association of Hungarian Translators and Interpreters, and the Hungarian Freelance Translators and Interpreters Association. The first one is called MFTE, in Hungarian MFTE, and the second one is SOFT, SZOFT. And we want to represent the interests of our members. I'm a member of both organizations, so that means that if you're a member of such organizations, you can be sure that we will move the issue forward, and then we will fight for your interests too. Another thing that I want to mention is that I have seen interesting news about the society changing and social division being even more highlighted. You might have a group of people who are educated, who work in, let's say, more of a white collar type of a job, and then those people will propagate that you need to stay at home to stop the spread of the virus. There are people who think that this is a conspiracy theory. Some other people think that the virus was started on purpose. So there are all sorts of interesting notions out there on the internet. And I find it very troublesome. It's not only that lack of information and proper information will mislead you, because you will adjust your thinking and your actions to what you believe, and also what you allow yourself to enter. So I don't have any idea how people could be informed much more in detail about processes. But anyway, let's not get into that. What I was really shocked to hear that one of my friends, distant friend, posted on Facebook that they ordered home delivery of their grocery shopping, and while they were walking up to their floor and their door and in the house, someone from the ground floor stole some of their delivered items, which is just mind-boggling. I hope that we are not going to move into that direction, and that this was a unique individual event. But on a positive note, I also read an article about a group of social workers working at an elderly home where they decided to move in and stay in a so-called home quarantine with the elderly people, not going home to their own families, to children, to take care of maybe sick parents. This is in Hungary, so that such good things indeed can happen, and people are willing to sacrifice and to dedicate their time and energy and all sorts of things for helping others. The other day, I also had the chance to chat with a colleague of mine who happens to live in Italy, and I'm not going to conceal not even the gender of this person, so someone who knows me would not be guessing. But basically, this person is now positive. I mean, this person has the coronavirus, and this person told me that they are not feeling well, they are coughing, but they would be surviving. And then their family member was already doing some household chores around the house, which means that the partner, who was also sick, already got over it. So that's something that's kind of revolutionary, because this person is the first coronavirus infected person that I got to talk to and got to be in an interaction with. So hopefully when this person recovers, I will be able to ask their experience about what they went through. But so far, thank God, it's only from the news and only from videos that I have heard of symptoms and know of these aspects. I would also like to mention to you some personal development related stuff. I'm sure that while most people have some work left, I guess the majority of workers who are now confined to their home are trying to balance homeschooling along with getting their tasks done. But those people who do not have children, who do not have any more work to do, I would like to recommend some tools that can boost your language skills. Of course, apart from the obvious ones like watching Netflix, watching movies in your target language along with the target language subtitles is something that is a no-brainer. But I found that The Economist, the subscription for the audio version, along with the text and the application, is something that will help you boost and chisel your pronunciation. I know I definitely need that. And it's also great to read magazines in your target languages or your source languages as well. And Readly, Readly, is an online application that is available for all sorts of magazines, all sorts of languages, may it be French, Italian, German, English, and many other languages, as well as an option to select the country that you want to produce the magazines of. So I strongly recommend this to you if you want to boost your linguistic skills. Another thing from the book that I'm still listening, I'm about to finish, the 5-second rule from Mel Robbins. She speaks about her experience coming on stage and then being backstage before a speech, being very anxious and nervous, and the way she struggled with all sorts of anxieties. And the trick for her was to turn this negative energy into excitement. So instead of saying that she's worried or she's anxious, she would say to herself that I'm excited. And the funny thing is that oftentimes when I would be doing on-stage interpreting, mostly consecutive, like there is a speaker on stage and I'm standing right next to the person, and then they would give their address and I would be interpreting after them. In such cases, because it's a stage fright, basically, you are put out there. There is, the limelight. There are hundreds of people, even in the smaller, conference setting. You would have hundreds of people staring at you. And I found that as a private coping mechanism that I would do the same. I would be breathing in, breathing out. I would be focusing on delivering. And maybe like the technicians would be looking at me, why are you so excited? I mean, well, why are you so nervous? Because you have done it a zillion times and you know what you're doing. And I would still feel that that's a good type of energy. I need to have that some sort of adrenaline push. But instead of having it as a destructive force, as something that will take away my energy, I also by myself learn to turn it into a creative energy that will improve my performance while interpreting. So that's something that I can fully identify with, and that's something that we can learn. So if you have any sort of fear of speaking up or standing in front of people or just doing a certain task, this is something that you can tell yourself to do. Well, that's a little bit of a boost. I'm not going to share with you now news about the death toll and the epidemic situation, because I will save that for tomorrow. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.